Hi guys, Stephen Fry is a national treasure, and while he's an amazing actor, he also has his finger on the pulse when it comes to important issues. As the government has talked about nationalisation of different aspects of the economy such as rail, they must seriously look at bringing water into public ownership. For too long, this important resource has been used and abused by the private sector, and there's no reasonable person left, I believe, who thinks it still should remain in private ownership. Have a listen to what Stephen had to say.
But talking of fields, the thing I picked up on that really mattered to me, and I think matters to an enormous number of people, is the water. In the days of Brexit, we heard that phrase used again and again, take back control. But not to have control of our water always struck me as insane for a country, not to have control of its rivers and its lakes and its drinking water.
So
and
you're suggesting nationalisation?
Yes. Before the railways, I mean, maybe a good idea to nationalise them. But surely the waterways, every single river in our country is polluted and contaminated with a mixture of raw sewage and runoff from, organophosphates and appalling. It's a disgrace, and it's one that anyone who actually lives in this country should feel in their deepest heart is an urgent thing to put right. Our water is our bloodstream.
Well said, Stephen. The water is the bloodstream. I also like the Brexit angle, taking back control. This could be something that Labour could use as a slogan, taking back control of water. Obviously, it's nothing to do with Brexit. There was no restriction on the government to take back control of water. But the Tories decided, no, we want to take back control of borders and whatever, but we don't want to take back control from the private companies. Now, some of the advantages of nationalisation would be, for example, the government could set prices. So it'd be no longer private companies charging people an arm and a leg for their water. And of course, private companies are charging people when there are leaks as well. You could also have 100% of the profits that the public sector water company make being reinvested in upgrading infrastructure. And then, of course, big infrastructure projects could create well-paying jobs, which are desperately needed at the moment. Now, if we look at Scotland and Northern Ireland, they have both publicly retained companies, and we haven't seen the sort of problems that exist in English waterways. Welsh Water is run by a mutual non-profit company, which is another model that the new Labour government could look at least. There's some of the problems, of course, with nationalisation is that there are massive debts. These debts have been run up by these private water companies over the last number of years. So this could be stopping the government from going down the nationalisation route. But something has to change. It's not possible that waterways, rivers, lakes, the sea have been infested with raw sewage and runoffs and all sorts of waste. This has to stop. And while there are challenges with nationalisation, the new Labour government need to do something. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.